fucking kidding me? Can they hear me? I don't know. This is insane. God. I just learned that people can hear me. That's hilarious. I'm figuring out some app stuff and will be with you momentarily. Hi, everybody. There's a glitch that I'm going through with the app right now, and we're figuring it out. And I'm sure we'll figure it out very quickly. In the meantime, I am going to get a quick drink and be right back. See you soon. Okay, hello everybody. Ooh, I'm going to go with this screen first so you can see my information. My name is Tommy Dickey, a brand new host here for Triviamatic. I'll be doing Friday nights for the foreseeable quarantine future. And this is my first night, so wish me luck and sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Except, sit more on the edge of your seat and dig into some trivia, right? So first things first, if you do not have the app downloaded, do that now. And P.S., if you can't hear me for some reason and you're a friend of mine, text me so I know that. But I'm sure you all hear me since you've been hearing me already. So it's the Triviamatic, all one word, MATIC is the last chunk of that, app in your Apple App Store or Google Play. Go ahead and download that now while I proceed to talk about other things, if you haven't already. So what this is going to be is everyone's going to be playing trivia on their phones in the comfort of your own homes. Very similar to HQ, if you ever did that. If you didn't, don't worry about it. And the questions and answers will pop up on your phone, as they will on mine, and I'll be manning it from here. Whenever it changes screen, that's me doing it from the power of my hands. My function here on live YouTube stream is really just to make you feel happier, to add some flair to, I'm the host is all that I am. You could play this without me. If you already think I'm just not worth watching, turn me off. You can play this without me. But we all like to think that I'm worth having here, don't you think? If you're a friend and you agree, text me right now so I feel loved. Because this is a unique experience, isn't it? This whole quarantine thing. And hosting something live with no live audience is a new experience for me, for sure. I'm just going to imagine you all cheering and laughing in my head. So there will be a live chat on the side, which maybe I'll find moments to peek at, but generally that will be simply manned by my new boss, John Chinesky. And that's for you to, throw in any thoughts that you have. And if he, thank you, Cliff Campbell, for telling me I'm great. That's so sweet of you. I won't do that for everybody. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, that if he, if you have something to say to me and you don't have my phone number and you put it in there, maybe he'll text it along to me. But generally that's for you all to chat with each other and all that. And oh, yeah, so this is my info. I'll put it up a couple times. I'm an actor and a math and physics tutor here in Los Angeles. If I could open my windows right now, you'd see that it's daylight here still. But if I did that, you'd have backlighting, so that would be bad. And that's my Instagram. I guess do I point? I don't know if it's reversed for you, but probably this way. It's probably I don't know. And one of the corners is my Instagram and my my friends wondering what are the release dates of. We'll get back to that. We're going to have some interactive activity tonight, aren't we? I happen to know the release dates of movies. I'll explain this later, and maybe I can take requests. Okay, so that's my Instagram and Venmo information. The Venmo is there as like a tip jar if you're the kind of person that feels like throwing something in a tip jar. If not, don't worry about it. Okay, so you must have the app downloaded by now to play this because I've been talking for a while. And this is what's going to happen. If you see a button there that says Happy Hour, just click it. If you don't, and it's asking for an event code, that event code is 533342, which I'll text to John right now in case, he missed me saying it, although I may repeat it. 533342, and he will put that in the chat for anybody coming late or who missed that even the second time. Just toss that onto the app, and then we will start playing. Anything else I have to say before we get going? I don't think so. I'll be talking throughout a little bit. So yeah, there are going to be 5 categories, and let's get started, shall we? So the first category is History Mystery. Today is May 15th, and here are 8 questions about historical events that have occurred on May 15 of years gone by. All right? So question number 1. There's a bit of a lag, so I'm going to press the phone now. So question number 1 is, on this day in 1970, Richard Nixon appointed Anna Mae Hayes and Elizabeth P. Hoisington as the U.S. Army's first female generals. What distinctive insignia for general officers did they pin on? The answer choices are, as you can see, bars, oak leaves, stars, and eagles. And you probably see the little progress bar counting down how much time you have to answer it. And this is the space in which I may sort of toss in other things to say, either about this question or about anything else, because, there's a lot to talk about right now, isn't there? Oh, almost out of time. And out of time, maybe now. We have a lag. Boom. So the answer was stars. Okay, a little fact about that. Sometimes I'll read these facts, but maybe in the interest of time, I won't always, but they're there for you to read and love. In this case, Be My Little General is a cool mnemonic for 1 to 4-star generals. Brigadier, Major, Lieutenant, and General. I like that. Okay. And every time there'll be a progress bar here, or a, sort of status of how everybody's doing. Rob Strong, I know you, number 7. Okay. 23 people playing. Jenny Goranson's playing. Cliff, yay. Anyway, Shram. Gold Family. Is that the Gold Family that I know in Weston? Hello. HB's. Anyway, okay, let's go to the next thing. All right, so question 2 is, Space Shuttle Atlantis genially docked with Russian space station Mir on this day in 1997. What is the English translation of the Russian word Mir? Bravery, orbit, peace, and space. And I've been told that it's pronounced Mir. Thank you for these pieces of information. I was told that I could ask about pronunciation to ask John about that. But there are a lot of, pieces to figure out. I'm going to take this thing off. You don't need to know who I am still. A lot of things to figure out to get this technically, running. I've never live streamed before. It's exciting, isn't it? It's like I'm here in your room, maybe. Okay. Answer for that is Mir also means world. Well, the answer is peace, because Mir also means world, so it's much more fun to say world peace in Russian. Mir. Is it? Okay. Cool. So next is the progress bar. Crosswordese. That's I like that name. It's a really good name. Someone else just told me Mir, and but Rob beat you to it. Way to go, Crosswordese. So that's the Crossword Ease is the new defending champion to take down. Okay. Question 3. Taxi driver's Travis Bickle was inspired by Arthur Bremer, who attempted to assassinate what governor and presidential hopeful on this day in 1972? Movies. I love movies, so here's my relationship to trivia. I really only know anything about movies and math. Sorry, a text came in. So if you're a trivia team who needs another player for any other trivia out there, and you have a team that doesn't include someone who knows either math or movies or both, I'd be a good helper. Otherwise, I am basically entirely useless. So, and by the way, because of how much I love movies, I will be giving you guys some quarantine movie recommendations later on. Question number, or answer to that is correct. George Wallace. John Hinckley was inspired by Bickle, and Martin Scorsese almost quit making movies because of it. I don't know much about John Hinckley, but or anything, but I bet that's a real person who did bad things, and that is sad. But I'm glad Scorsese kept making movies. Okay, next is Crossword Ease dropped some points there. Roth Rents. Sorry, Crossword Ease. I don't mean to down you on that one, but Roth Rents, go you. 68. Don't know who you are, but I am very proud of you. Next is question 4. Succeeding Francois Mitterrand on this day in 1991, Edith Cresson became what European country's first female prime minister? Switzerland, France, Belgium, Luxembourg. I'm going to take this moment to give you a movie recommendation. I'm going to have one for each category, each round. Round 1's movie recommendation will be from the 1970s, The Producers. If you have not seen The Producers with Gene Wilder and Zero Mostel, national treasure Zero Mostel, who did this and Fiddler on the Roof, and I'm sure other things, but those are the only things I know. This movie, so there was a musical later, which is fine. It just removed a bunch of jokes and replaced them with middling music. But this movie, not a musical, is hilarious. Highly recommend it. Okay, answer to that one is France. The Francois piece may have kind of given that one away. But Cresson, yes, I mean, very French name, served less than a year, one of the shortest terms in the Fifth Republic's history. Next is the status bar. Roth Rents, 68. Way to go. My buddy Rob Strong coming in second. Cheering you on. But also not, because that other team I'm sure is great. Okay. Question 5. Natalie Portman's V for Vendetta, March 17th, 2006. We'll come back to that. Her accent in that movie, Natalie Portman's, went to good use in her portrayal of what second wife of Henry VIII, condemned to death on this day in 1536? Is it Catherine of Aragon, Anne Boleyn, Catherine Howard, or Jane Seymour? Good luck with that. Yes, so this movie release date thing. A quirk about me is that I happen to remember the release dates of most movies since May of 1995. And it's sort of my party trick that people like to put to test by shouting a movie at me that's been released since then and seeing if I can come up with a release date. If you test me later and Google me, I will tell you in a minute where to look to test me. Okay. Answer to that one is Anne Boleyn. Portman played Anne Boleyn in The Other Boleyn Girl, which I'm pretty sure was February 29th, 2008, same day as Semi-Pro. I'd have to check that. And ScarJo is unconvincingly cast as her sister. I agree that ScarJo is not only an unconvincing casting choice there, but often an unconvincing actor. Ooh, hot take. Okay. Roth Rents, 220. Who are you? You're doing great. Okay. Question 6. Brothers Richard and Maurice opened the first location of what fast food chain in San Bernardino on this day in 1940? Is it Burger King, In-N-Out, McDonald's, or Taco Bell? What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. If you know me and you want to text me a movie, I'll give you the release date. I've talked about this a lot, but I did want to pick up where I left off and explain to you that if you want to test me, the way to do that would be to not just Google it, because Google will sometimes give you like the premiere date in a random city. I mean, it's wild. If you go to IMDb and scroll down to where it mentions release dates, at the top of IMDb on websites, not always on the phone, you can click on the release. It'll say the release date, and you click on it and dig around to find the USA release date, because the top one isn't always the one either. Okay, McDonald's is correct. The McDonald's brothers, I presume. Roy Cohn, took him over. If you haven't seen that movie with Michael Keaton, what was it called again? The Founder. It was a B movie, so it's better than anything worse than that, and enjoy that. Kim Roth's parents. Oh, the other host is Rothran's. Okay, I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, they were still doing car hop style service at the time. Their assembly line innovation came in 1948. Ooh, Rothran's dropped down to number 4. That is, the Rothran's are the parents of Kim Roth, who is another host. Kim, I think I got that right. Kim, I did get that right. Okay, and I'm navigating my new phone so well. Way to go, smell fungus struggle. It's cut off from there. Sounds. Did I say Roy Cohn? I meant Ray Kroc. Ray Kroc is what I meant. Thank you for whoever. This is fun. Okay. Smell. Yeah. I'd love to know who Smell Fungus is, if anybody knows, especially if you continue to hold the lead. Although I am the Lorax. Great name and great points. Ooh, tight game with the top number of people, 5 people. Okay, next is number 7. Mickey Mouse premiered in his first cartoon on this day in 1928 in Plain Crazy with Caroline, a predecessor of which Disney character? Is it Goofy, Clarabelle Cow, Pluto, or Donald Duck? I'm going to take this moment to show you a picture of me with Pluto from when I was a kid, if you can see that. I hope this wasn't a totally dizzy experience for you. I'm going to show it again. That's me when I was, I think, 10. Probably my dad took that picture. I think my dad's playing. Hi, Dad. I just felt like showing you Pluto because I can't have Pluto as an answer and not show you that Pluto's right there. It's kind of cool. Okay. Ooh, counting down the time. I'm just going to sit for a moment, have a sip, and move on. Correct. Clarabelle Cow. That's right. I didn't know that. But if you knew that, I'm very impressed. Caroline is slightly more realistically bovine than Clarabelle, of course. Okay. How are we doing? I am the Lorax, taking the lead by a hefty 11 points. I don't know how many points these are all worth. I look forward to knowing more things like that. Moving on. Question 8. It's the birthday of what Clinton-era Secretary of State who scored a 2018 bestseller with the book Fascism, A Warning? Well, answer choices are Warren Christopher, Condoleezza Rice, Hillary Clinton, or Madeleine Albright. Good luck with that. I will steal this moment to have a little quarantine share here and there. I'm going to fit in a quick quarantine share. Such as last week and the week before, I spent some time up in San Francisco helping out my solo mother sister with her daughter. And this is my niece, Susanna. Isn't she so cute? Just adorable. Very much enjoyed spending time with her. And I miss her very much. Back to me. Hello. My hair is way too long, though, by the way. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about that later. Okay. Correct. Madeleine Albright. She was born in Prague in 1937, so she's seen some of it firsthand. How we doing? I'm the Lorax. Oh, hefty lead. Who are you? Name yourself. Next. Okay, that's the end of round 1. Way to go, everybody. The next round is called Love in the Time of Netflix. From courtly love... Not Courtney Love, but from courtly love to reality TV, this round is all about the wild world of dating. Oh, saucy. Question 1. The phrase courtly love was popularized by scholar Gaston Paris in his discussions of a poem detailing the secret love between a beautiful queen and what doomed king? Or doomed, if this is very old. Is it Richard the Lionhearted, there we go, Lancelot, William Wallace, or Percival? Good luck with that. Hair. Has anybody had time for, or had an opportunity for a haircut? I have not. My roommate says she can give it a try, but I'm also sort of morbidly curious to see how awful I'm willing to let this go before I cut it. Feel free to lock in your votes with me on social media or texting if you have opinions on that. Okay. The answer is Lancelot. Although courtly love is an anachronism, many medieval texts describe fine love in a similar vein. Nice. I am the Lorax, doing great still. But let's keep an eye on JMH and Crossword and some others. Close game, kind of. Question 2. The 2020 reality series Love is Blind is filmed partly in what Mexican state that inspired the name of Joan Didion's late daughter? Is it Oaxaca, Yucatan, I believe, Sonora, or Quintana Roo? Wow. Anybody who's getting any points with this is definitely impressing me because, as I said, I know not many things. This would be a prime example of something that I don't know. Yeah, I also didn't even really know that Mexico had states. That's kind of embarrassing to admit. So let's move on to the answer, which is Quintana Roo, which is a major character in both Didion's memoirs on grief. The memoirs collectively are called, two of them. One is The Year of Magical Thinking and Blue Nights. The Year of Magical Thinking was a play on Broadway with Vanessa Redgrave. Looked great. I am the Lorax, still doing great, but you have been inched up upon behind you by JMH, which is making things thrilling. 5 points behind. Close game. All right. So question 3. In the 1908s, what sovereign city-state created a government entity called the Social Development Network, charged with organizing government-sponsored mixers in an event to foster the birth of more children? Is it Singapore, China, Vatican City, or Rome? I'm going to do a quick movie recommendation for round 2. We're going to hop to the 80s. Midnight Run, if anyone has not seen that. Robert De Niro and Charles Grodin. 1908s. Yep, it was a typo. 1980s is what that meant to say instead of 1908s. I should have caught that earlier. I apologize. But we're almost out of time. So I hope you... Oh, this matches. So know that it's the 80s and know that this is my 80s recommendation. Midnight Run. One of the best action comedies of all time. Okay, the answer is Singapore. The Social Development Network also offers accreditation for private companies looking to get into matchmaking. Cool. Okay. I'm the Lorax, 17-point lead over in Nachama. This I'm not supposed to know how to pronounce, so I don't feel bad about that. Based on that picture, I definitely don't know who Nachama is, but good for you. For your second place status, I'm the Lorax. Way to go. Question 4. Desiree Birch, the narrator of the series Too Hot to Handle, also portrays the former mayor of what fictional southwestern town known for paranormal happenings, a dangerous dog park, and a podcast host named Cecil? I've learned that it's I've learned about the pronunciation of that team name. I'll get to that in a second. The answer choices are Crystal Lake, Derry, Night Vale, and Castle Rock. I've been told that it's like Hala, Nahama. I think it's Nahama, like in Hala. Is that how you pronounce CHALAH? It's the same CH sound as that word. Dun. Running out of time. Boom. Correct. Night Vale. There is no digital staticky hum coming from the dog park. Nice quote. I'm the Lorax. Ooh, JMH. Only 3 points behind. There must be bonus points for answering it more quickly, maybe? I should know that, and I don't yet. Question 5. Beginning in old-timey Aquitania, what kind of dramatic poet sang songs about chivalry, love, and dirty jokes in the high Middle Ages? Appropriately, it lends its name to a Hollywood nightclub. Answer choices: balladeer, laureate, troubadour, and sonneteer. I haven't heard of any of those. I mean, I've heard of troubadours, but I've been around Hollywood, and I've never heard of those nightclubs. By the way, if you're over 21, I do recommend Smirnoff spiked seltzers. They are very delicious, and according to one doctor, a healthy way to have a drink. Troubadour is the answer. Like basically everything else, the troubadours died out during the Black Plague. Sad. I'm the Lorax and JMH, neck and neck at the top. Woo! This is going to be a photo finish. Although, really, a long way to go. Question 6. Although most people think it's a book all about sex, Although most people think it's a book all about sex positions, what ancient Indian Sanskrit text is actually about courtship, philosophy, and, yeah, sex? Here's another quarantine share. I made myself a tutoring website. So if you contact me there and get in touch, and I can help you out. And that'd be fun. Because I love tutoring math and physics very much. That's what I've been doing in LA here for 7 years and some time in New York before that. Okay, time is up. And we have the answer. Kama Sutra. The Kama Sutra will also tell you when and how to commit adultery. When and how? That is fascinating. We have, I'm the Lorax, 3 points ahead of JMH. Klaus. Question 7. I didn't come here to make friends. Confessions of a Reality Show Villain is the tell-all story of Courtney Robertson, a former contestant on what ABC series featuring a hunk going on awkward group dates? The Dating Game, The Bachelor, Are You the One, or The Bachelorette? I don't know. I'm going to share another thing. I'm going to cheat as I explain to you what this is. I'm going to occasionally put up this thing called silent time. If there's just more time to fill than is necessary, because people got to focus on the trivia, Dickie, from time to time. So maybe I'll force myself to stop gabbing over your thoughts every so often. We'll see. Ooh, silent time over. Okay, and so is that question. The Bachelor. Courtney won her season, but as is customary, the couple split a few months after the show ended. Ooh, gossip. Oh, wow. JMH took the lead for the moment, commanding lead over Roth Rents. Now back up to second place, narrowly ahead of I Am the Lorax in third. Thrilling. Last question of the round, number 8. I think it's the last one. Nakodo, it is the last one. Probably a Nakodo, yeah, or matchmaker connects potential partners in what traditional Japanese custom first popularized by samurais? Is it harahi, miai, akuya? I gotta look these up. Next time I'm gonna have more time to look up the pronunciation of these. Aquiqua? Or is it fun to watch me just hack my way through? I have no idea how to pronounce. Aqiqaa. Are you kidding me? And then Namkaran. Or Namkaran or Namkaran or Namkaran. I don't know. A lot of options. There are probably a few more. Quick silent time for. Silence over. So is the question. Okay. Miai is the answer. In modern Japan, some Nakodo are part of professional matchmaking services. Cool. Never been to Japan. I want to go there. JMH, what a lead! Wow! Woo! Who are you? I'm trying to think if I have any friends with the initials JMH. I can't think of anybody. Jordan Hendrickson, don't think you're winning this. You don't know that many things. And Roth Rents, kind of a distant second, but I have faith in you. Okay. And I'm Lorax right there. All right, so round 3. We have Trivia Tourist. Turkey. Hop aboard the Triviamatic tour plane as we take you for a whirlwind. I'll get some sound effects for next week too, for the travels we're doing. As we take you on a whirlwind tour around some of the world's most interesting and unusual spots. Today's tour, the nation of Turkey. I've been there once with my dad. Hi, Dad. Hi again. Question 1. Our journey begins in Turkey's largest city of Istanbul. Been there. Not Constantinople. Not anymore. What indie band might be best known for their 1990 cover of the novelty hit Istanbul, not Constantinople? Is it They Might Be Giants, The Flaming Lips, Built to Spill, or The Mountain Goats? Wow. I'd say that one of the things that, given how much I know about movies, it's mind-blowing how little I know about music. I can name a few bands, a few, not these ones. I've heard of They Might Be Giants. Is it the end of it? My banner's covering it. Time is up. They Might Be Giants is the answer. The original was recorded in 1953 by the Four Lads. Nice. Okay, where are we at? What do we got? JMH with A. 36-point lead over I Am the Lorax, but I'm Lorax back in second. Rob Strong in third. Way to go, friend. And then Nahama, I believe. And then Rothruns. Same five, really hanging around in the top. My friend Farah was obsessed with this band when she was in high school. Oh, shout out to Farah. She just texted me that. I didn't know that. Again, I don't know things. Question 2. Our tour guide will remind us that Istanbul actually has had 3 names, not just 2. Besides Istanbul and Constantinople, the city was once known by what name? Really? Which it gave to an empire that stood for 1,000 years. Wow. Oh, this looks familiar. I guess when you look at the answers, it's not that shocking that it had another name at some point. I'll read the answers. Persepolis, Pergamum, Ottomanian, and Byzantium. I mean, I know Byzantine and Ottoman, but those names are, yeah, that would be maybe the country name form of those words. Byzantium and Ottomania. The answer is Byzantium. The Byzantine Empire was the eastern half of the Roman Empire, which lasted many centuries after Rome itself fell. That must have been a very thrilling time to live. A lot of movies based on that epic proceduring. That's not a word. Okay, the leader is JMH at 649. Wow. But Rob Strong in second, 601. I mean, sorry, JMH. I might kind of root for Rob Strong because he's like one of my best friends. But, more power to you, JMH, if you win. Question 3 is, no journey through Istanbul would be complete without a tour of the immense dome of the Hagia Sophia, which I've also been to, which has been all of the following, except which one, during its 1,500-year lifespan. Huh. Synagogue, Orthodox cathedral, mosque, or museum. Which of those has it not been? It is impressive. That is an impressive feat by a building. Oh. Speak again. Yeah, I mean, if I were a building, I'd be kind of proud of that accomplishment to have been 3 of those 4 things. Farah tells me she's in 12th place. Way to go, Farah. I'll also root for you. Okay. I'm not playing favorites, though. Okay. Correct. I love how it says correct, even if you got it wrong. Or maybe it's just always right for me. Anyway, synagogue is the answer. It was never a synagogue. The Hagia Sophia became a mosque after Constantinople was conquered by the Ottoman Empire in 1453. Little known fact, the Ottoman Empire was not just an empire made up of people who enjoyed to put their feet up. I love that Seinfeld joke. I'm terrible. Okay, the rankings are JMH in the lead at 675. Commanding lead over Nahama at 637. But let's see what happens from here. We're not even halfway through. Question 4. The film buffs among us can visit Istanbul's neighborhood of Fener, where film director Ilya Kazan, just had a seizure while saying his name, was born. Kazan worked several times with actor Marlon Brando on classics like A Streetcar Named Desire and What Best Picture winner? To me, this is so easy. But sorry to those who get it wrong. It's just this is my lane. Answer choices: Ben-Hur, From Here to Eternity, The Bridge on the River Kwai, or On the Waterfront. Come on, people. I'm going to give you a little bit of shame if you don't get this right. But again, it's my lane. It's my lane, maybe not your lane. The answer is yes, On the Waterfront. Why is it spinning? This is new to me. I think I was told it's maybe spinning for all of us if it's spinning for me, and I hit forward again. Okay, I think I skipped past the answer there, but thank God that happened when I know the answer, although I do have things written down right here too. I believe we are all, text me if this is not true, all on the leaderboard page. The answer was On the Waterfront. The fact for that I think we just all skipped right through is that Kazan won Best Director at the Oscars for On the Waterfront, as well as for 1947's Gentleman's Agreement, which that second fact I did not know. So we all learned something new. The leader is Nahama at 680. Wow. You really answered, you answered it quickly and maybe JMH didn't know it. Came from a big deficit to overcome JMH for the lead by 5 points. Close one. Question 5. We'll spot the incredible geological structures known as fairy chimneys in the region of Cappadocia. We'll get a terrific view from what form of transportation popular in Cappadocia, and which was invented by the French Montgolfier brothers in the 18th century. Is it hang glider, biplane, hot air balloon, or dirigible? I'm sorry. Fairy chimneys? That's just adorable. I mean, I just wonder if the French Montgolfier brothers had fairy chimney. I mean, these are just wonderful names. I want to know more about fairy chimneys. I really want to know. Okay. The answer is hot air balloon. Cappadocia's Gorim National Park is one of the most popular hot air balloon spots in the world. Wow. Definitely didn't know that. On to the next question. And we have, the leaderboard. Nahama, 719 with JMH at 714. Neck and neck. Roth Rents at 698. Okay, next question. We have question 6. Next, we'll visit the ruins of Mira, an ancient town famous as the unlikely home of what holiday figure? Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, or Saint Valentine? And I'm going to take this moment to give you my round 3 movie recommendation. This from the 90s, The Hudsucker Proxy. Being a little unfair to my favorite movie, Heart and Souls from 1993, which I will plug in the future. But in the moment, I just thought of this movie the other day and think of it as such a delightful quarantine movie to watch. It is the Coen brothers, written and directed by them, I mean, and it's their most light and frothy movie that they have ever made. My friend Farah just wrote me to say, I love this movie in all caps. I agree. It feels like the whole movie feels like a hug. It's just a big hug, and it's in Farah's top 5. It's not even on my top 46. It maybe should be. We're out of time. It's just delightful. Oops. You don't need that information right now. Okay. Santa Claus is the answer. St. Nicholas was the Bishop of Mira, which is thousands of miles from the North Pole. Nice. What do we have? We have JMH at 763 over Roth Rents at 735. Hearty lead, JMH. Doing great. Okay, what do we got? Question 7. If you're an animal lover, you'll love our excursion to the capital, Ankara. I should have asked. Ankara, we'll go with. A city which gives its name to all the following shaggy animals, except which one? Angora goat, Angora rabbit, Angora sheep, or Angora cat? Isn't silence so lovely? Oh, Ankara. Yeah, Ankara. Yay. Is that what I went with? I don't remember. Everything's a blur. What do we have next? The answer. Angora sheep is the answer. Angora wool comes from rabbits. Angora goats are the source of the material known as mohair. Not to be confused with mohawks. Which goat with the mohawk would be cute. Okay. Rob Strong's in the lead. He knew that one. I guess he answered it quickly. Sorry, I hope I didn't just ruin everybody's ears with that excitement. 2-point lead. So close. Rob Strong, go, buddy. Ooh. And 2-point lead over JMH in second place. Giddy up. Okay, question 8. Near the village, last question of the round. Near the village of Hisarlik, we'll visit the ruins of the ancient city of Troy. We can pretend that we're what hero of Greek myth who used his renowned cleverness to build the Trojan horse? Is it Achilles, Agamemnon, Hector, or Ulysses? And I'm going to do another quarantine share, which is do I have time? Do it real quick. I've been practicing the Diablo. So this is me. I just learned how to do the Diablo in my front yard. I'm really good at it now. If you want to learn the Diablo. I've got some tips I can teach you. So it's really come a long way with that. I'm really, really good now. Oh, out of time. I hope you enjoyed that ridiculous video. I didn't make that just for this, by the way. That was for I'll tell you what that's for later. Okay, keep things moving. Ulysses is the answer, as Virgil wrote in the Aeneid. Oh, I'm terrible. Next week I'm going to crush the pronunciation. Beware of Greeks bringing gifts. What a quote. Ooh. Okay, Rob Strong's in second anyway. Roth Reds. Go Kim Roth parents. 780. Hearty lead. Okay, round 4. Pick 3. Instead of asking questions, Aeneid, maybe. Anyway, Farrah told me that. Okay, instead of asking questions, we'll give you a category, and you must select the 3 items on the screen that fit that category. You'll receive full points for the 3 correct answers, half points for 2 correct answers, and remember, you'll get no points if you have only 1 correct answer, because if you pick 3, one of them has to be right, right? Math. Question 1, James Bond film starring Pierce Brosnan. Oh, so easy for me. Not to brag. I'm not bragging. I'm just excited. Okay, so we have GoldenEye, Die Another Day, License to Kill, You Only Live Twice, and Tomorrow Never Dies. Speaking of movies, let's dive into my movie recommendation of round 4. From the 2000s, a decade in which were there any Pierce Brosnan Bond films in the 2000s? Answer, yes, there was. No. Sorry, I'm showing you The Fall while I'm thinking about the answer to that question. Yes, there was. There was one. Okay, anyway. The Fall is my recommendation for the 2000 decade. Oh, I ran out of time telling you about it, so I'll tell you about it next time. Okay, back to me, and boom, and moving forward, we have answers. GoldenEye, Die Another Day, and Tomorrow Never Dies. November 17th, 1995. Yep. And Tomorrow Die Another Day was November 22nd, 2002. And Tomorrow Never Dies, or was it the 15th? 22nd. And Tomorrow Never, I think, and Tomorrow Never Dies was December 19th, 1997, same day as Titanic. He also did The World Is Not Enough. Anyway, which was just written right there, wasn't it? I got excited about movies and just ran away from it. Woody Allen played James Bond in 1967 in a comedic film based on Casino Royale. I did not know that. Okay, leaderboard. We've got Roth Rents at 800 with Rob Strong at 798. That is so close. What happened to I'm the Lorax? You can do this. You're in 6th place. You can do this. But I'm rooting for Rob Strong. Okay, next we have question 2, European A countries. We have shall I pronounce these? Azerbaijan, Andorra, Albania, Austria, and Angola. Okay, so only one was really hard. The Fall. I'm just going to put this back on here and tell you about it. If you look it up on IMDb, it says 2006, but it opened 2008, May 9th. And it is just magical. Almost no one knows about it. The reviews on Rotten Tomatoes are like 63% or something. It's insane. I think it's beautiful. It's like The Princess Bride meets Pan's Labyrinth, but its own thing. It's a visual feast with a just wildly interesting fairy tale story. It's a little bonkers for some people, but for me, I loved it. Azerbaijan, my friend told me. Maybe. Okay. The answers are Andorra, Albania, and Austria. Afghanistan can be found in Asia and is alphabetically first in a list of world countries. Aardvark, not a country. Rothrents, 841. Kelly Gio says The Fall is the greatest opening scene of all time. I kind of agree. It's so good, you guys. Watch it. Okay. 1 point lead over Rob Strong. Rothrents. Ooh, so close. Okay. Question 3. Character classes in the original Dungeons and Dragons game. I would do terribly at this. Cleric, Wizard, Thief, Bard, and Mage? I don't know. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons. I was not cool growing up, but I was not one of the not cool people that played Dungeons and Dragons. Um, they were very cool, weren't they? I don't know. But it's not, I think some were maybe not considered cool. And despite not being cool myself, that's not organized here. Here we are. Okay. Boom. Answer is Wizard, Cleric, and Bard, the 2000 film adaptation of Dungeons and Dragons. What? That's a thing? I don't know about that movie. It must have been straight to video. Starred Jeremy Irons and currently has a 10% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. Poor Scar. Jeremy Irons played the voice of Scar in Lion King. Roth Rents, 861. 1 point over Rob Strong, 860. Close. Okay, question 4. Kid characters on Stranger Things. Stuart, Lucas, Leonard, Will, and Dustin. I know the answer to that one. Farrah says, that sounds hilarious. Let's watch it. Oh, the 10%. I don't know that I want to watch a 10% Rotten Tomatoes movie. That's not really my thing. I think Cats was the first time that I ever went to a movie knowing that I would hate it. Speaking of, I do movie reviews on Instagram. Oh, I should put my thing back up. I will in a minute. On Instagram, I do... I don't love to, post pictures of like what I'm eating or the flowers in my backyard. No shame to those who do. But so I decided to use it for doing video movie reviews. So if you want to go to boop to my Instagram, there it is again. Do that. Okay, moving on. Dustin, Lucas, and Will. The kids on Stranger Things spend a lot of quality time together playing Dungeons and Dragons. So sort of connected to back-to-back rounds there. Roth Rents 902 tied with Rob Strong 902. This is intense. Now might be a moment for me to give the maybe sad news that there is not a prize for winning aside from pride. So if we see either of Roth Rents or Rob Strong stall out at 902, it's because they are throwing down their phone and storming off at that news. I'm very sorry. I'm sure down the line, once this is deeper into its life, Triviamatic, maybe that will be a thing. I don't know. I can't speak for the company, but right now, sorry about it. But anyway, it's super exciting, isn't it? Photo finish. It's gonna be question 5. Album titles by Kanye West. Rob Strong texted me in anger. He wants some money. Just kidding. Okay, he's kidding. Anyway, I'm not kidding that he texted me that. Okay, Kanye West. The Blueprint. Jesus is King. The College Dropout. Graduation, and Take Care. Which of those are album titles by Kanye West? I don't know. It's a surprise, isn't it? It's very surprising, isn't it? But yeah, if you follow me on Instagram, then you can watch my 1 minute max reviews of movies. Normally of movies that are in the theaters, but right now, I'll tell you more about what I'm doing right now in the next pause. Answer is The College Dropout, Jesus is King, and Graduation. Eminem's album Recovery held the #1 spot for 19 weeks, the most of any rap album. What do we got? Rob Rents, 2 points ahead of Rob Strong, 939 to 937. There's got to be, it's got to be expediency gives you more points. Otherwise, they wouldn't have gone up by different amounts. So know that. Giddy up. Next question. SI units. Which 3 of these 5 are SI units? Pound, ampere, yard, mole, or Kelvin? That's not mole. That's Mexican food. It's mole. So if any of you are like, mole, that's a food, not a unit, just don't use that as your reason to not pick it. So instead, guys, look at this. All these be my maybe is more recent, but I'm delving into older, usually when I watch a older movie, I don't do a review, and I just do reviews of movies that are out right now to guide your choices of going to the movies. Also, I don't usually watch a whole lot of older movies, but right now I'm doing a dive, and that's what my reviews are. So yeah. Clockwork Orange, saw it for the first time. Give it an A. Great movie. Mole, Kelvin, and ampere are the answers. I remember learning about moles in chemistry. It takes approximately 8 minutes for light to arrive at Earth from the sun, and that distance is known as an astronomical unit. That is astronomically interesting. Roth Rents and Rob Strong tied at 978. I mean, ties are just so exciting. I love ties. I love exciting extra inning. There won't be extra innings here. Like for example, the ALCS Red Sox Yankee series of 2004. How close that was. So thrilling. So much better than just if we just won. We Red Sox had won more easily. That would not have been as exciting. Oscar hosts. My jam again. Which three have been hosts? George Carlin, Billy Crystal, Whoopi Goldberg, Bill Cosby, and Chris Rock. I'm going to take a silent moment. I hope you know the answer to this question. What I don't have is a picture of my Oscar prediction website. I do Oscar predictions on a website called Dickey Picks, DICKIPICKS, mind the K. My friend John Bear said, "I'll silence your moment." I don't know what that means. Anyway, you can go there if you ever want to see my Oscar predictions and other movie things. Okay. Answers. Billy Crystal hosted it many times in the like mid to late 90s, and 2003 was his last time. Or no, he did it again in 2011. 2012, the movie's for 2011. I misspelled my website apparently. DICKIEPICKS.com. I don't know what I said. But that is what it is. Whoopi Goldberg hosted it for the 98 movies and the 2001 movies, the 95. I'm bragging. Who cares? Chris Rock also did it a few times. Okay, moving on. Oh, the thing that I skipped ahead on, which maybe all of you read by now, was since nobody's Twitter history is politically correct, the Oscars have gone hostless for the last two ceremonies. That is quite true. The first year I thought it went great. The second year, I don't know. I kind of miss having a host now. Rob Strong is in the lead again by 1 point over Roth Rents. Don't worry, Roth Rents. I'm also cheering for you. It's very exciting. I'm sorry that I haven't met you or Kim. Okay. What do we have? Question 8. The Sisters and Little Women. We have Rachel, Amy, Joe, Helen, and Meg. My friend John Bear is rooting for Rob Strong. So I'm just going to share that with the world. If you did not see Little Women, I could mention the Dickey Awards. Okay, I'll just tell you about a thing. If you go to youtube.com/Tommy Dickey, and maybe I'll have this link up next week or something, I make videos where I don't love that the Oscars sometimes nominate the people that I don't think deserve it and miss the people that do. So I have my own nominees called the Dickey Awards, which are written about on dickeypicks.com, laid out there, but also on my YouTube channel that I mentioned, /Tommy Dickey. I do videos where I act out all the clips of who I would prefer to see. So I played some of these sisters. I dressed up as Joe and Amy. You can see that on YouTube. So we have Amy, Joe, and Meg is the answer. Ron, Percy, Charlie, Bill, Fred, George, and George were all Weasley brothers in the Harry Potter books. That is also true. Okay, end of round 4, I believe. We have Rob Strong, 1 point ahead of Roth Rents. Oof, man, what a neck and neck situation we have here. So, all right. This isn't as awkward as I expected to host with none of you here hearing me. It's fun. Thank you guys for texting me and making this more interesting. I'm going to have probably less time to chat in between questions in this last round. So, brace for that. Because it's structured differently. Answer fast. The faster you get it, the more points you get. But guess correctly. Sorry, guess carefully. Obviously, guess correctly. Once you've typed in and submitted an answer, you're locked in to whatever points are left on the timer. What does that mean? Once you've typed in and submitted an answer, you're locked into whatever points are left in the timer. I mean, I think it's just you can't answer more than once is a thing you can know, right? So, I think. But the point is, the idea is I'm going to be revealing 5 layers of information about somebody. And your goal is to guess who it is and like type in with correct spelling, ideally, I think it has to be that, who it is or what it is. And I will give some information that's like mysterious and then a little more information that's like a little more helpful and then a little more. And the last thing will be something that like really kind of gives away who it is. And the quicker you get who or what it is, I think today too. Although maybe that's revealing. Then, although if it is, then I'm revealed to everybody. Then the more points you get. Quicker you answer, more points you get, but you have to get it right. Okay, so who am I? It's the final round. Timer's already going. So first one is a few of the names of my various concert tours. Wait. Oh no. I'm sorry. I hit the wrong thing. Ignore. I hope you didn't read that. Okay. The first one is I made an infamous appearance on the Home Shopping Network in 2011 where, among other things, I waved off imaginary butterflies and invented a new word. Camouflagian. Okay, that is the first layer of information for you. Trying to remember one thing about this. Yeah, this is just, it's all one thing. This is like, this question is the last round collectively. Hint 2. At the end of April 2020, the hashtag Justice for EMC2 began trending on Twitter. It was the brainchild of 17-year-old Connecticut teenager David Gutierrez. The result was that a 12-year-old album of mine rose to number 1 on iTunes. Hide. I'm going to take a quick moment to give you a movie recommendation for the 2010s. The movie Too Late. It's on, all of these are available on Amazon Prime for rental and some other things, although The Fall is free on Amazon Prime, if you have Prime, rather than just Amazon. Too Late is a noir film for 2016 with John Hawkes, if you know who he is. And it's like 6 scenes, and each scene is a one-shot take, like a one take of the camera, and the scenes are out of order chronologically. Both gimmicks of those have been done before, but this movie, it's got some weird dialogue and some weird acting at times, but the plot and the storyboarding and the camera work are incredible. I highly recommend it, and like no one knows about it. These recommendations are largely focused on movies that not maybe everyone knows about and would be a good find during quarantine that you would have otherwise not thought of. Hint 3. A few of the names of my various concert tours are the Angels Advocate Tour, the Adventures of Mimi Tour, the Sham Bracelet World Tour, and of course, the Butterfly World Tour. Hide. We still have more than half the time, so I'm going to do one more quarantine share. I updated the, I just have to plug, in case one of you is like a casting director. Here's a shameless plug about my acting. TommyDickey.com is my acting website. And if you go to the Reels page, I have brand new Reels that I cut during the quarantine that I think are pretty good, with scenes from a few things that were, came out this year. So go there if you, are like a big producer and could use me in some sort of media. And next is hint 4. The name of my twins, which I gave birth to in 2011 with then husband Nick Cannon, are Moroccan and Monroe. Ooh. Oh, I got quiet. I should have put silent time on. Mm-hmm. Silence over. We have a little more time left. I'm gonna breeze through the hints maybe real quick. Hint 1 again was I made the infamous appearance on the Home Shopping Network in 2011, where, among other things, I waved off imaginary butterflies and invented a new word, camouflagian. At the end of April 2020, the hashtag Justice for EMC2 began trending on Twitter. It was the brainchild of 17-year-old Connecticut teenager David Gutierrez. The result was that a 12-year-old album of mine rose to number 1 on iTunes. 3 was a few of the names of my various concert tours are the Angels Advocate Tour, the Adventures of Mimi Tour, the Charm Bracelet World Tour, and of course, the Butterfly World Tour. And hint 4 was the name of my twins, which I gave birth to in 2011 with then husband Nick Cannon, are Moroccan and Monroe. And the last hint is I hold the record for the most number 1 singles by a solo artist, a female artist, and a female producer. My most well-known songs, include All I Want for Christmas Is You, Always Be My Baby, and hero. I am considered one of the most famous divas in the music business. All I want for Christmas is you is the giveaway for me. Charm. My friend wrote me charm bracelet. I don't know what I pronounced wrong there. Got it. Okay, cool. And that is the end. So Mariah Carey was the answer. I definitely wouldn't have gotten that until hint 5. According to legend, in high school, Mariah Carey's nickname was Mirage because she used to skip class all the time. That's kind of funny. And Rothren's crushed it. Wow. Kim Roth, I see why you're hosting trivia for Triviamatic. You were born from parents who know their trivia. That's the end, right? We're going to have some trophy things. Yeah. Rothren's is the winner. We're on the trophy thing at the end here. I believe this is the last screen. I believe this means that this is the end of my hosting. This would be the moment of the evening when all of you like come up on stage and give me hugs or flowers or throw chocolate at me. But you're not here, so you can instead just, text me lovely things to say, like how wonderful I am or how much you love the swirl of I'm reversed on my camera, so it's like what the swirl, how much you love the swirl of hair on my ear. These are things. Oh my god, my friend sent me a picture of me doing this and saying yas. That's kind of fun. I really do need a haircut though, right? Let me know what you think. I've been Tommy Dickey. Lovely meeting you all tonight. My air quotes just made it barely over the It's really sorry. This is like doing something in a mirror. It's like trying to cut your own hair in the mirror, trying to line up because the thing it's you get it. I'm the host. I'm an actor and math tutor. I have Instagram at Tommy Dickey and Venmo tip jar if you are interested at Tommy-Dickey. But whatever. Lovely playing with you all. Tune in every Friday night for me or any other night of the week with other hosts. This has been really fun. Tell your friends about it. And I think that's all I have to say, unless John texts me in the next 3 seconds to be like, wait a minute, you forgot to mention the something. I don't think there's anything like that. And I'm going to keep up movie recommendations. Sorry to anybody who loves movies made before the 1970s. I have seen not enough movies from before, which is why I'm doing the deep dive into older stuff and doing the Instagram reviews. So, I'm sure I'll have some other older recommendations, but if I had to pick 5 decades for which I know more movies, it's the 70s through the 2010s. But anyway, I'll keep up, fun little tidbits like movie recommendations and quarantine stories or whatever. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. That's all I have to say. Let's see if I can figure out how to stop going live. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, tomorrow night. Well, I'm just going to read this. I do have something to say. John just texted me. It's 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific, duh. Every day of the week. But tomorrow is a special thing because there's an Obama thing going on, I think at 8 Eastern. So tomorrow only, will be 6:30 Eastern with Richard Su, who is the wonderful man that taught me how to live stream. We had an hour and 15-minute Zoom the other day, which was very informative. And he taught me what button to press when I'm done, which is the end stream button that my cursor is now on. So I bid you all adieu, and thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye. Is it still? I think I haven't ended yet, but here's a big red end button.